What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we got a really busy day ahead of us. So the truck you see behind us, that's our 67 Mercury 3/4 ton, or just call it an F250. But we have about a week now and we got to have this truck ready to go to Out West Truck Fest down in Calgary. So big things going on down there. They got a dyno event. We're putting this thing on the dyno. That's the plan anyways. But if you did not see that old video, we put traction bars on this thing probably 2 years ago. Almost 3 years ago now. But they're just tiny. They're little fucking itty bitty traction bars. They really do a good job, but they don't do a good enough job for the torque this thing has. So we're building a full set of 2-inch with 1.25" heims and then bushings on the other end. Luckily, the boys over at Midnight Brothers Customs in Leduc, check them out if you haven't seen them. I'll link their Insta below. But they had parts, they had heim joints and the bushing ends that we need so we can get this thing fucking ready to go. So let's start the video off. We'll do a little cold start on this thing. Let me grab the keys. Still has to be my favorite part about this whole thing. You guys remember these, eh? So that's our OG traction bars. They're just way too small, guys. So what we gotta do, we'll unbolt them. We gotta cut these mounts off the back. That's gonna take quite some time. So like I said, we gotta cut these mounts off the back. Apparently we might want to reseal our diff as well, or just tighten it, check fluids in it. But yeah, we're gonna cut those off and then we gotta build new ones. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do today. Alright guys, so we've been making progress here. We got our new axle mounts done. So of course these are just the tabs, and we're going to box in the back side of them. Yes, we are going to do that. So those will mount to the rear axle. I just want to show you guys these old traction bars. So there they are. They only have 1/2" heim joints on them. They're super small. You know, that's what we went with back when we did them. I have no idea what size tubing that is. I want to say it's 1 inch, but super small. That's the stuff we're going to use. Is this 2-inch right here. So huge difference between the two of them. So I got to go ahead. We're going to utilize these as kind of a plate fixture, so I can build the mounts, I guess. We're going to use those as templates to build mounts for the frame. We got those old brackets cut off, of course. And looking much cleaner. Of course the light's pointed the wrong direction. But yeah, we're going along pretty good. I'm going to continue getting to work. Once we get the brackets done, then the fun starts. So okay guys, so after a lot of work here, we have our mounts done. So we did our fronts. Now these are 3/16 thickness. Of course we used plate on just the plate side, and then I actually had some 3-inch angle iron, also 3/16, that we just welded on. Of course welded on both sides. Plus we're going to have a massive 3/4 bolt holding it. And we also added another hole where we're probably going to put either a 5/8 or just a 1/2 inch. We'll see what I figure once I put it on there. But one way or another, we got a lot of support on there. And of course we got both done. Now we also got our rears done. This is also 3/16. This stuff looks really, really good. So happy about that. And of course our nice 1.25" heims. There's our other misalignment. There must be a burr or something on that. There we go. So nice and tight fit. Now one thing, I've showed you guys this before, but always put a washer inside with whatever you're adding when you weld these. That way when you do actually go to put in whatever you have, it actually will fit afterwards instead of you having to pry it open. So yeah, there we go. So we got these done. Just letting them cool down. We'll get these mounted on the truck, and then we'll put our heims in, and then we got to get kind of a rough estimate or a measurement here of how long our traction bars are going to be. And once we get that measurement, of course we'll cut traction bars, we'll weld our pushing ends on and weld these in, and then last but not least, we'll actually go ahead, mount those rear mounts onto the axle. We'll weld them out. So still quite a bit of work to do. We're doing pretty good though for what we've been doing. So we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. I'm tripping over cords. Shut that off. We got these pretty much done. Check that out. I know it's dark under there, but you see them new mounts. So these look absolutely killer, guys. That's a little sneak peek, of course, once we get them complete, which I still got to pull them off. I got to build a little brace or a gusset for the back. But yeah, super happy with how these are. They look actually really good on this thing. They don't look too big. Whew. It's freaking cooking. It's got to be 30 above again. Of course, I had a fan, everything running in here, but when I'm filming, I got to shut it all off, and oh, it gets hot real quick. So back to work, I guess. I'll see if I can't get you guys a little bit of a look. It's just so hard because I've got so much different light happening under here. But of course I can't be straight with the frame just because basically where the shocks are would be where we have to mount. So they're in a little bit, but not really anything major. And if anything, they'll give a little bit of stabilization to the axle. But want to build a little gusset for the back of these rear tabs. And then I got to put the brake lines back on. I want to reseal the diff and change the fluid while we're in here. But I'm running out of minutes in the day, so. Well guys, we got our first traction bar off. We got the mounts done on the back. I'll throw in some footage here right after, but we got to paint. Trying this stuff. But we're going to run 2 coats of primer, and then we're probably going to do 5 or 6 coats of actual paint. But I'm going to get to spraying. So a lot has happened since we last talked. But I get the rear end. I drained the oil out of it, resealed it. Oil looked actually really good, which I haven't dropped the oil in this rear end since we put the gears in it, which was like 3 years ago. But repainted the thing. Lighting is somewhat shitty, but check out how much better these new brackets and those little bit of gussets that I made look. I think they look absolutely awesome, guys. I have the front mounts and I have the traction bars outside, so let's go have a look at that. We'll show you guys the color what we went with. So I picked this paint up. This is Ocean Mist. I think I got this at Canadian Tire. It was the closest we could get to the color. But let's try this again. This is the color. Sorry, I had the exposure turned way down. Look at that. So we did both, and then we did the front mounts as well. So really, really nice color. It is lighter, don't get me wrong. It's much lighter than that other, what the truck is. Sorry, I'll drop the paint can. But yeah, it's much lighter. But what I'm hoping is with that being lighter, with it being under the truck where it doesn't have so much light coming to, it'll actually be really, really close to the color that we have. So super, super happy with that. Now, another thing, let's give you guys another update. Let's do it on this. So, picked up some mirror lights off the old Amazon. So, those look cool. They signal on top. Of course, they match the rears. And then also got a third brake light. The wiring sucks ass, so it doesn't really work, but at least it's tinted, looks way better. You get what you pay for, I guess, and I think that was like 30 bucks, so I'm not surprised. And yeah, guys, we got a really, really, hopefully more content coming, and this big truck meet, this is going to be awesome. So, I'm going to end this video right here, right now. You guys will get to see the full finished traction bars in the next video. I know it sucks, but I gotta let that paint dry for a few days, and then we gotta pick up bolts, get that in. But thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you next time.